good people. I hope all is well in the Queendom. Whew, it's been a day and a half. It still is a day and a half. And I have a whole nother week to get through. A whole nother week. But I hope all is well with you. I hope all is well with you in the Queendom, in your Queendom, your kingdom. Welcome to Behind the Pen. My name is Dear Me Queen, Queen of Positivity. That's a little ratchet. And I have a good little sweet little treat for you this time. I have my first artist. I have my first um, musician tonight. And I'm kind of excited about it. So, if you are new to the Queendom, welcome, welcome, welcome. Here behind the pen, our goal and my goal is just to talk to artists that have a passion, that have a spirit behind the pen. Literally, I want to know your story, why you wrote the words that you wrote, what inspiration that you have. Were you in a space that you were literally helping somebody out with your story? So that's my intention when it comes to behind the pen. And I see a friend down there. Hey. So as we get settled in, as I get my company here, y'all type some things down there. Let's say where we from. I'm gonna get a little music popping off. Uh-oh. Get a little music going on. I can't stand silence. That's the one thing you're gonna learn about me quickly. I cannot stand silence. I have to have something musical around me. I've been digging this one artist lately, Carpet Man, and I don't know why I have a little bit of addiction to his music. Yeah, a little bit, but it's so soulful, so different, so unique. Um, I just enjoy different different vibes. I enjoy different things. Um, like I enjoy different people. I enjoy different conversations. I enjoy getting to know people right where they are. So if you have any artists that you want to see on this show, if you have an artist friend that just has a project and they want to talk about it, a passion project, ask them to come to the Queendom. I'm in arm's reach. You can always reach me on all social media platforms. You can hit me up on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok, all under the same name of Dear Me Queen. And I will try my best to get back to you. I also have another artist that I've been loving on a little bit as I get my guest up here. I'm going to play a little bit of his song called Gold. I've been feeling kind of lately. And when I start getting to the part of my life, I need music to transform me. I need music. I need something relatable, reliable, and I have some go-to songs that I have to have in my playlist, and this is one of them. His name is Joseph Solomon, and the song is called Gold. Let's see if I can. That shit was a vibe, and now I'm gold. Walk out as a lighter, out of the store. It came down to the wire, no let go. Last year was a vibe, now I'm gold. See who else came in front of my face. Lace made it hard to find my way. Thought you were trapped in a burning room. Smoked out the coverage in you. Yeah. Thought I'd been real low. Didn't think I'd make it up this far. Hey, didn't know what I was in for. So I hope y'all like that little snippet, just a little snippet. You got to get in my world a little bit. Sometimes you got to find that one song that uplifts you, and then you got to find that song that provokes you to do the right thing. And I think I have uh, that type of guest here tonight. His music has been living in me a little bit, and we're going to talk about that. We're going to do more than talk about the music. We're going to talk about the art. We're going to talk about life. So I'm going to bring my guest up if he's ready. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Queendom stage. Hello, what's going on, boo?
Hey, how you doing? Look, Mr. Man, the myth, the legend. How you doing today?
I'm amazing. How are you?
Not too bad. This Atlanta weather then chilled out a little bit, but it's not too bad.
Okay, I understand. Have fun in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Have
Look,
fun in
it's Sunday fun day. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Sunday Fun Day. Look, I am not gonna keep you long because I know how Sunday Fun Day goes. Trust me, I'm on my libations as well.
It, look,
I
period.
got
Look,
my
look,
work
we're
week will be starting very soon.
gonna clock it.
So I am a person of mental health. I believe in checking in before I do anything in the show. I'm an advocate for men's mental health. So, how is your mental, black man?
I mean, it's good. It's been a stressful week. I've been doing some new things on social media, so adding layers to what you got going on. What I'm saying, could definitely make it more heavy. What I'm saying? I agree with you with being an advocate for mental health. I think it's really important, what I'm saying, just to stay consistent in that way. But, look, the weight is waiting. That we living under some challenging times is what I
Yeah,
would say.
right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, but, I always say tough time create tough people. And so I feel like the people that are supposed to step up, will step up and will give any negative opposition the right positive opposition so that there's balance. So it's not a
Mm-hmm.
big, but my mental's good. What about you? How are you dealing with the dealings?
Ooh, I'm learning something new about myself every day,
Yeah.
especially when it comes to raising a young black king myself and learning
Mm-hmm.
him as a pre preteen. I have a preteener now, and when they say is hell, is hell.
Been there and didn't want to do
Yeah,
that.
yeah. I'm gonna need some advice on this, but other than that, everything's well. I'm balancing things out more, and
Okay, that
it
makes
took a long time. It took a very long time for me to find the balance.
okay,
I used to tell people I'm a recovering yes addict. I
okay,
get to say yes to everything, everyone, every event. I was there and I was always available, but I didn't realize how much it was wrecking my life and causing health issues. So I've
yeah,
been in
no,
my season of no,
okay.
my blood pressure's gone down. My head don't hurt no more.
Look, hallelujah. Look, for real.
Look, sharp value. But all is well, all is well. But we're going to get into some interview questions
Okay.
to the people who are going to watch this live, even to the ones who's going to watch this later. You are more than welcome to first follow this man
Let's see.
on,
Yeah.
on all social media platforms. Is it all under the same name?
It's not, but it's pretty close. We close on it. Okay, so on Instagram it is TRILLA_111, and it's similar on TikTok and other platforms. So if you type in Trilla and then 111 on most platforms, you'll get me. So you can
Okay,
find me.
I had to go ahead and post it somewhere at the end of it. I got you though.
No,
So
for sure.
let's talk about this name though. Let's talk about this origin story of this name. And I hope I've been saying it right the entire time.
Yeah, no, I don't know what you said, so I'm like, hold on, let me make
Look,
sure.
you know I'm country. I'm from Memphis, so it's been Thriller, it's been Trilla, it's been
Trilla,
it's
Trilla,
been Ventriloquist.
ventriloquist. Yeah, that's the whole
Okay.
thing. I shortened it just so people can make it conversational. You know how it is when some people got long names and they teeth tap from so
So why
yeah, this.
this particular name though? Like what drawing you saying this is what I want to be called by when it comes to this artistry?
Well, what I'm saying. Like we think of just the concept simply, and of a ventriloquist and what they do. You know what I'm saying. Not only are they speaking for themselves, but they speaking for other people. And characters. We live in an AI generated world now. Obviously the AI is creeping in and taking over everybody's mind, and so working with AI artists and also using AI to edit photos, edit things like that. AI is in everything, and I feel like that's the same thing as a ventriloquist is. They could be speaking for multiple characters at one time, but still holding fast to being themselves. So that whole ventriloquist idea is the same thing with my AI personas. I did just drop an album recently on Wednesday, and it was under one of those personas. So being the kind of the Wizard of Oz behind the machine,
Yeah.
controlling the machine. What I'm saying? That was the thing. Now, a ventriloquist, to break down the word of it, what I'm saying? Like the vent part of it is to breathe, to come from your belly or your heart. So that's the same thing I do when I make my music. It comes from me. It comes from me breathing life into it. And then the quest part is quist, if it's the original word. But I understand as an artist, we're all on a different quest to discover ourselves and rediscover ourselves. So that's why I changed it to be a little bit of a play on words.
You and your damn brother. That's all I'm going to say. You and your damn brother with these. I he tripped me up one time, and it was a poem he had out. And if you don't know who his brother is, Donnelly was here not too long ago. And when I say these guys are amazing minds, when you just sit down and have a conversation with them, you're gonna leave smarter. You don't know what you learned, but you know your brain grew a little bit more.
Oh
but
no.
but that's the beauty of being, creators and creatives. You're able to take something simple as I can't say it like that. I'm in the South.
Ventriloquist, right? I
Ven-
got you. I got
ventriloquist. Look, and turn it into a deeper meaning, to basically solidify who you are now. So when it
you.
comes to the music, when it comes to art, I know you said a long time ago you were an artist as well. You
Yeah.
dealt with the pen now, so let's talk about that too. Um, have you created anything lately?
I'm working on a painting, and it's supposed to be a painting that's about that kind of level of, looking into yourself and kind of rediscovering it. So I know that in periods in time in life, we get kind of stagnated by things. You know what I'm saying? It
Hmm.
could be relationships, it could be, what I'm saying, careers, whatever it is. Sometimes we can grow stagnant. So as an artist, yeah, I've been working on something recently. It's a painting that I've been doing, and it's just about like refocusing the different points of me. Now the whole point of the painting is to be about looking into yourself and overlooking religion and things like that, but seeing the different sides of yourself. Building up spirituality from not a space of God first, but self first. And so, looking at yourself and then trying to connect with God instead of trying to look for God and then connect with yourself. So it's a deep, thing. I can actually show you the painting. It's pretty close to me. I can show y'all. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? But,
Are
but
we
I,
getting the exclusive? Hold on.
yeah, I'll pick y'all up. It's not done yet, but y'all can tell me if it looked like me. Hold on.
Oh wow.
So it shows the different sides. Got to figure out which way the camera going. Hold
There we
on,
go.
because these. I'm on my tablet, so it want to zoom
Oh, you're
which way I
fine. I
want
put
to.
you in a big screen anyway.
So this is the painting itself, and so it's a split screen design. So each thing is the complement of the color opposite, which helps it give emphasis and draw you in. I try to also focus on different messages throughout it, also while focusing on the spirituality that brings it all together in the center. So each part of it has a different texture and a different flow, as we have different textures and different flows and who we are as a complete person. So there's a lot of things in there. There's a lot of other messages.
Hmm.
So I'm gonna make a video explaining all the things. That way, we ain't gonna try to give y'all a mouthful in one segment. But no, it's coming together. That's probably the most recent thing that I'm working on.
Oh
So
wow. Well, that's very detailed from what I could see, and very intricate. You you have this way of storytelling. I've noticed, especially when with the first conversation, you know how to draw a person in naturally. Has it always been like that for you?
I mean, I've always liked to, read stories and tell stories. I don't know if it's like necessarily like natural in my own state. I'm a comedic person. So I
Hmm.
guess, in that involves storytelling because you got to kind of like draw people into the punchlines and things like that. So I would say it's pretty easy for me to tell a story. It's not something I naturally tried to do when I was younger, I would say.
Understandable.
Yeah.
Understandable. So, speaking of being younger, speaking of being younger, if you had to go back to your younger self, and this is supposed to be a later on question, but I think it's appropriate for right now. If you had to pick an age to go back to give some valuable information to, some valuable um, encouragement to, what age would you pick, and which your year, would you pick to give to that age?
Mm.
So you have two tasks.
So you said with the year itself, you're talking about like the year as far as like 1995, or you saying the year like
Like, what age would you do?
okay,
So
okay.
the age you will go give yourself the information and give the encouragement to, and what age would you pick? So not your current age. What age would you pick where you knew, like, this is where I get life? And if you had to go back to that younger version of yourself, which age would you pick at your younger self to give that type of information, that type of love to?
Hmm. I mean, I know the age that I would go back to I guess encourage or give advice to. I would say that age was how old are you in the seventh grade? Like 13, 14, something like that.
Yeah.
So I would say 13. At that point in time in life, I was going through the most challenging time in life. For me, I was in the seventh grade, I was in middle school, I was at the peak of life, what I'm saying, being in middle school as a person, as a kid. And at that point in life, what I'm saying, the life kind of went into a spiral. At that time, I found out I had to, what I'm saying, get surgery, which was hip surgery at the time. I
Mm.
had a tumor. I had a tumor. And so, it was kind of a confronting thing. It was just a regular day. What I'm saying?
Yeah.
Got out of practice. Hey, mom, I need to go to the doctor. We go to the doctor. We end up sitting there for like an hour. We like, okay, why we see her so long? They take her out the room. She comes back in crying.
Wow.
And I'm like, what's going on? Do I got to lose a leg today? Or what's Look, did we hit the lottery on the way out the door?
Right.
End up being a tumor. So first thing you think is, oh, it's cancer. I'm like, man, I'm about to die at 14. Bro, I'm about to be the
No,
little kid on the commercial. I'm gone. I'm
I'm
out of there.
gone.
So end
I'm gone.
up spending almost a year at home. What I'm saying, a month after, having surgery, spending all of my pretty much my seventh to eighth grade year at home, and dealing with going from a spry athletic kid just doing like everybody else to laying in the bed, can't walk, not being able to be social with my friends. So I think that I would give that kid encouragement because at that point in life, yeah, life just seemed like I'm about to die. Life is over. I'm laying on the mat. You're going to take me out. So I would say at that point, that was definitely an intricate time. And I would say my 25-year-old self, being 10 years later after that experience,
Hmm.
yeah, I think I mean, I know for me, that's when I was definitely committed to the trajectory that I was on. I think I would give that person the best encouragement at that time.
So what words would you utilize? What would you say to say, hey, we in here. What we're gonna
Oh
make
yeah,
it?
nah, be yourself. You know what I'm saying? Be confident in, the things that you think and not necessarily the things that you see. I would say those would be simple but powerful words. You know what I'm saying? Because as artists, we take things from what no one else can see or even maybe hear and make that the reality of where we are. You know what I'm saying? I know that being a fine arts major, I learned a lot about being art before I started doing music. So it was a transitional period of me already self-identifying myself and knowing who I was as a person, because that's the first challenge that most artists go through. Is like, who am I? What am I trying to say? Where am I going? So once you have that kind of figured out, you create differently and from a different space than if you're trying to figure yourself out who you are and also trying to present a message of whatever you're trying to speak on. So no, I mean, you become a starving artist, and then so kind of what you want to do, and if you don't, you'll spend longer being a starving artist because you'll be infinitely finding yourself or finding what you like. So no,
Mm-hmm.
that's a perfect situation.
I see. I like what you said. I like the encouragement you gave to yourself. Um, a lot of young men don't hear the concreteness in themselves. They don't understand. Like, if I just keep going past this hard part of my life, there is something out here dope just for me. And I rarely, and this is just being transparent, I rarely get to see the art. I rarely get to see the artists in some of our young men because one, they'll hide it behind something else. When deep down inside, if they just took their journey and just been honest with themselves and transparent with themselves, they didn't have to stay stagnant in what the world accepts of them. You have to know
Yeah,
how to accept yourself right where you are so you can grow past what the world wants you to have. So I'm grateful for your honesty. I'm grateful for your honesty.
for
But
sure.
I want to get into the music part of you. You know, the art is always beautiful from what I've seen. And you're also well traveled. I want to talk about that before I get to the music. I remember seeing some beautiful pictures that you sent to me not too long ago, and I begged for them. I'm not gonna lie, I was about to snap them off your Instagram anyway. So let me be nice because I was gonna use for something. What what is Oh wow, what would be the best advice you'll give to somebody, young black male artist, when it comes to traveling? What would you suggest that they go see first to open their eyes to actual travel, not Atlanta to Miami. I'm talking about real deal travel.
Yeah, no, I mean, so travel wise, I would tell them to go anywhere that you can go for under $400. You know what I'm saying? Because the kind of places you can go that are that low, a lot of times those people in those places are a lot more real and humble, and they'll show you a lot more about maybe the life you're not experiencing, to where you will appreciate the life that you are experiencing. So I mean, I went to Colombia, which we were talking about in the pictures recently, and I just went around the country. I did like a 2 week kind of backpacking situation through the country, and just what I'm saying, put myself in other people's shoes and just live, what I'm saying, for a couple weeks. I think that sometimes, we can be traveling and we can be vacationing, and those two situations are different. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying? You may be there for the culture, the museums, and the people. And when you're vacationing, you're there for the mimosas, the experiences, and the fun. So sometimes, what I'm saying, you got to be in that condition in mind. Like, what am I here for? And, as an artist, I always try to, I went to a lot of museums while in Colombia. I met a lot of artists and good people while there. You know what I'm saying? Because, I knew that one, the money could double and I could help out people in a real way. You know what I'm saying? By giving them money that for us is, of no thought. I mean,
mm,
their $1 or their version of, their pesos to 4,000 of our dollars. I mean, the equivalency is crazy. So I'm like, I know how it is being a starving artist and being a young artist. So street artists, street vendors, they had my dollar for sure. I've had stores and flea markets and stuff like that, and I know how it is to be a vendor and just want people to shop, want people to support, and how difficult that process is to monetize yourself as an artist.
mm. This is true. I normally do this show in order to do things of that nature. I
Mm.
want to be a patron of the art. I want to know that financially I have supported real artists. And I used to do the donations off of TikTok. Hopefully, I'll be able to go back to doing something like that. But I do believe in supporting the artists. It's nice to share. It's nice to give a
Absolutely.
compliment. But if they ain't got to worry about a bill for that month, I'm just saying,
I
if they
mean,
know they sold one book, that's food on the table for somebody,
absolutely. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I don't know too many people bills. I don't know people's problems. But I'm thinking that let's just say 4,000 books. I mean, $4,000 to get most people through the month solid. So I'm like, we talking about maybe 100 people buying the CD. We ain't trying to do Snoop Dogg numbers and sell 1 million copies and go triple platinum. We talking about 100 people that probably talk to you all day on all these different social sites
Right.
and in person. Look, what's buying the 15.99 album? Y'all already spend, like, if I'm on TikTok a lot, I stream a lot. For that same $15 you're gonna spend in coins, go buy the album. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
but for that, if you live in Atlanta, for what you was gonna park at the club for $20, you could have bought the album and got infinite music off of that. Listen to it forever and enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? So for what we spend on nothing, we could definitely support an artist. I just don't think that sometimes we see the true value in what it is. In culture, because we live so on the cusp as a middle class Americans. Like, we just trying to eat ourselves. So I get it. You know what I mean? Like, giving $20 at sometimes is hard for some people, so I understand.
Me giving.
Uh, uh,
I
uh,
get. I
I've
don't
been
get
there.
every
I've been
time.
there.
Give. No,
I've been.
I'm joking. I have a giving heart. I do believe you should do something for somebody else because it does fulfill a need in you. And
Mm,
people don't realize it is a need that sometimes you need to step out your own comfort zone and help somebody else and don't even think about it. It's
no,
not, honestly, I do believe in things coming back full circle. So what you give is what you get, and what you get is what you give. And I try to speak that up a lot when it comes to writers, songwriters, producers, singers.
mm,
They don't get their recognition like they need in order
yeah,
to, do what they need to do. And then on top of that, some of the people are getting ripped off just trying to make it. So if we can make an honest moment, if you can
yeah.
make an honest moment and help somebody out, don't look for nothing in return, but the return is going to be great. So, but I'm getting off my high horse. I'm getting off my
No,
high horse because this is not about this. We can get
no,
deeper,
no, for sure, no, for sure.
but I want to get back to this music. Um, Listening to the album, um, I got a sense of something.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I remember crossing your page. I know a couple of times a week you'll just play the album on TikTok, not
Mm-hmm.
disturb, uncut, just let it flow on TikTok.
Absolutely.
Today, one of your songs caught my ear, and it had this almost chant like, very spiritual link to it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm starting to get a sense of, again, storytelling with you, and in the song it just gave, what's the right word I want to say. I'm trying to be politically correct, but
I know. I
it
mean,
had this. It just had this sense of almost Negro spiritual, but
no. I mean, that's
exactly.
no, no. I know what you're talking about. I mean, it's another album I'm working on. I'm trying to drop it probably next month.
Hmm.
I want to do it by Christmas. The album that I'm working on, this will be a Black History Month album. It's meant for Black men, for affirmation, for encouragement. So it does have that very spiritual, kind of value to it. Because I know that a lot of people, as we've seen, kind of influx from necessarily being like traditional Christians in our African community to more, orishas and spirituality, and kind of this, woke blend of what religion is now to people in the diaspora in America,
Hmm.
and people kind of stepping away from just, the traditional forms of going to church. I feel like COVID helped with this as well because people couldn't go to the church every week. People are watching from home, and I think that people in their own self found new ways and to connect to community and to self.
Hmm.
So, I like that. And I think that, anytime that your spirituality is guided and so blind to where you don't and you can't digest other stuff, I feel like it's a tricky thing. I mean, because if I wanted to, and we just talk about this in the sense of our conversation, like If I
Yeah.
wanted to objectify you, abuse you, confuse you, first thing that most people would do is to isolate you. So I feel like when religion isolates you from just regular knowledge, I feel like it seems that it does the same thing. Like you only believe one thing, you only can see one way, you only can digest this subject matter. And I'm like, that's just not natural to life because we learn from everybody, everything, and everywhere.
Mhm.
So no, I mean this album was like I say it's a Christian spiritual album because it's meant to have those notes and tones, and even like you're saying from that time period
Mhm.
of bringing it from kind of blanketing over that. Because I think that when we hear it, we only condition our mind to think, oh, this sounds like a slavery song or a Negro spiritual, and I'm like,
Mhm.
it brings us back there instead of right here, and
Yeah.
that's what I want to do. It's kind of draw people to today's time because we deal with some of these same considerations and conditions and problems, but we're not addressing it like some of them did in that time period to run, to fight, to stand up for our fellow man. So, it's meant to condition our minds to a new type of warfare mentally
Mhm.
and spiritually within ourselves as we battle towards good mental health and positive affirmations of ourselves. So it's a lot there. It's a lot to unpack it. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? And I'll let you. We'll listen to something. You know what I'm saying? Depending on how long we go.
I mean, I was gonna slip that in. I'm not gonna lie. I was gonna
You know
see.
what I'm saying? I'm gonna give y'all a taste. Y'all here now, so I'm gonna
Yeah,
give you something.
we're here now, and I feel like it is valuable to hear because I did hear mixtures of the past, but a lot of the conversation of the future. It's well blended, and that's what really caught my eye, my ear, um, to hear the tones, and then not even just hear that. I hear Caribbean. I hear um, deep ancestors, but with the current story that's going on, and it's
Mm-hmm.
so unique. So if we can get a little snippet, we ain't gonna give it all away because it's not even this one in the plan.
Look, I give you a couple. You know what I'm saying?
30 second, it make it hurt.
Yeah, I got you. I got you right now. Let me see. Let's see which one we can play. Oh, we can play this. So the one that that I would say sticks with me the most is the Shadow Man.
Yeah,
That's the name of the song. We all have our shadow man, you know what I'm saying? That man that's driven by ego, and that we kind of, our ego seeks to protect ourselves, you know what I'm saying? So when we get aggressive with people because they come at us, it's not necessarily that we're angry at them or what they're doing. Our ego is that protective force between our bad and our good. The
right.
ego will protect whoever's being came at that time. If you doing good and righteous things, and somebody like you ain't even that spiritual, your ego may jump in and be like, "Who are you? Don't make me go back to the streets."
Oh wow.
And
Yeah.
if you're doing something like robbing a bank, your ego may jump in and be like, "Well, I did it because I'm trying to feed my family." Like your ego's going to protect the good or bad side of you. It just is what it is. It's like the defense mechanism between in your spiritual body. And so the shadow man is meant to just let you know, like, sometimes you got to put the guard down to do the real shadow work. You can't be, oh, I'm not that bad while you robbing a bank. You got to see yourself for who you are so that you can not only be the person you want to be, but project that same person.
Got it.
So in that, this is the song Shadow Man. Each one of the songs comes in, and it's a musical that I'm writing, so it'll be presented at different schools and stuff like that for Black History Month. Each each beginning of each song is like the dialogue. It builds you up in your mind to know what's going on and kind of sets the plot. I'm gonna make a version without the dialogue in the beginning because obviously it'll be streamed for music, not just the soundtrack for a musical. But I'm gonna play the uncover. I'll give y'all the beginning and just like some of the beginning.
All right, cool.
All right. Your truth is in your shadow. All right, that's not it. Okay, I promise. No commercial break. All right, here we go. Thank you, Kareem. I appreciate the love. Thank you. Your truth is in your shadow. Because no matter how many layers we put on,
Our shadows always reveal the darker reality of ourselves. At the peak of our trauma lies our healing. So keep climbing. That's where the shadow man hides. Only when we face our past and the present, get ready for our big feet. We don't want to climb the mountain of our fears, flaws, and triggers. Because it shows us not as the victim of our life, but the villain. We have the tools: gratitude, root work, meditation, prayer, journaling, yoga, breath work. Only then can the ego stop protecting a false version of self and align with the true one. I am in control. I am in control. I am in control. I am in control. My words reprogram my body. My mind tells my soul what to say. Doubt tries to block, but the yoga holds steady. Karma in the mirror, trying to get in the way. I could numb my pain and call it real, but the truth is only through pain we heal. Shadow chase me, they wanna stay, but my breath won't clear that weight away. We all got shadows, shadows, shadows. This healing word don't feel like fun. Shadows everywhere, they make me wanna run. We all got shadows, shadows, shadows. But I ain't weak, I won't run.
So that's a little bit, a little bit.
Well, I appreciate the little bit I got. You know, it
Yeah,
fed a soul. It fed a soul. I think it's
yeah,
dope that it is becoming. There's more male affirmations out there. I hear a lot of different variations of affirmations for women in
yeah,
schools, but not one designed to basically uplift the mentality of a man. So I think
yeah.
that's dope. And the shadows, that the shadow man is really a dope concept.
I appreciate it.
Hmm. But let's talk about this new album, the one you just dropped. Let's talk about, the concept behind it. I see the artwork. You keep talking about this AI situation. I'm not gonna lie, I thought you actually put something on your face and took a picture. So let's talk about the artwork
Yeah.
behind it and the concept behind the first album.
So, I mean, far as the cover to it, you know what I'm saying, and you'll
Okay.
see, everybody will see it when y'all see the cover. You know what I'm saying, but the cover itself to the album is meant to, what I'm saying, kind of show you the new and the old. You know what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
The black part of it is representative of us as black people, throughout the diaspora, whatever that means, whether that's Afro Caribbean, Afro American, Afro, all the things, even indigenous. Um, the Anglo-Saxon part is like the establishment at B, the church and all of the things, the government. That's what that part of that is really speaking to.
Mm-hmm.
And then on the album itself, just like the Christianity on one side, and then that African spirituality on the other side, and just how that plays out in the way your mind kind of works. You like taking a little bit here and then a little bit over here, and then you just being kind of stuck in the middle of that conversation on what that looks like, throughout the world. Um, Now the album is in my it takes place in the UK. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to not delve in so much of American politics and how they deal with that, but also kind of shed light on how Black people are, going through the same things in other parts of the diaspora. It's not just in America. We're not just using hip hop to free ourselves and speak some of the more explicit stuff that the cops do, and that other other things that are going on in their conditions as Black people. We kind of go a blind eye to people throughout our diaspora's problems and not really focus on those solutions as well. We all having the same issues.
Okay. So if you had to pick one song off the album to describe your album without words, what song would that be?
I would say it's probably I got two, but this is just me. So I would say
Yeah,
either
one.
no, I would say either censored or who story because I feel like they tell the same thing. Censored speaks to, how black people are censored in everything we do. They want to censor the way we look. They want a skinny body instead of a thick, curvy body. They want straight hair instead of curly hair. So censored speaks to how look they want our race, they want our culture, they want everything about us, but they don't want us. And so that's what censored speaks to. But whose story, speaks to the same thing. It's like whose story, not history, because we're not telling the story. So when you're telling the story for us, is it history or is whose story? Because we don't know. You're not speaking our history. You're speaking a story based on how you believe our history was or how you projected it to be. So I would say either censored or whose story. You know what I'm saying? So
See, now I can't pick which one because
go with censored though. I like the energy of the song. I would say that one.
okay. Can we get a snippet of it? For some reason, my stuff is messing
Oh yeah,
up.
no, I got you. Let me see. Yeah, you know what? I said whose story, so we'll play that one. How about
They riddle the book, but the truth never dies. Tear the man's bones, still tell no lies. We the first on the earth, from the roots we came. They try to wash the color, but the soul remains. Flip the pages, I see faces that don't match my kin. But science proves different, they don't want us to win. Tell the man dark skin, blue eyes, black crown. But the textbooks flip, paint lies all around. From killer to the eyes, we the builders the flame. Carve history in stone, they just changed the name. Gentrified the culture, took the rhythm to beat. But the blood in my veins, tell the truth or repeat. Whose story is not history? They lied to me, try to steal the roots. Our family tree, whose story is not history? Can't silence me. We the kings, we the queens, for the world to see. Colonizers king.
so that
Wow.
yeah, he said a lot, but you know what I'm saying? Whose
Oh,
story? Like the original bones we find is black people bones. You know what I'm saying? Look, they want to whitewash us, but look, we ain't gonna let it happen. So that's the energy.
understandable. If you don't know your history, you're doomed to repeat it,
Hmm.
and I'm all for it.
Oh
So,
yeah, no, survive.
okay, so there is one more,
Talk about it.
and social love.
Social love. Okay, so I mean, social love. I mean, first of all, I wrote lit first, then social love, and then everything after that. But social love is my favorite. Like out to the club, riding through in the car type of
Mm-hmm.
music. I feel like it's such a real song, and in the song, the character is dealing with his own identity,
Mm-hmm.
but then he's also in love. So he's speaking on, how he feels about his woman, and he's want her to know that she's the most beautiful thing, no matter what anybody says about her. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mm-hmm.
and caught up in what social media is saying and how people are seeing her and all of that. But he's like, look, you worried about the views, you worried about social media, but you beautiful no matter what nobody say. So that's the whole
Yeah.
concept of social love. And I mean, I think I mean, I feel like it's a banger. Definitely. I feel like it's a banger,
I mean,
definitely.
it's got that club feel to it. You know what I'm saying? But I like I told you before, I love the art of storytelling, and you are doing a lot with this album. From you're not straying away from the love story that could be there, and you're also talking about the political, but not current political. Just it's giving the perfect warning if you really
Mm.
want to go to depth on that. But I like this song. I think, and I'm not, just joking about it, but I think it brings out my ratchet side a little bit.
Yeah.
Your beauty and your brain, girl, they naturally glow. Forget the apps, forget the views, you already know. My love don't fade out, it's forever, no blow. You're great, no cap, no lie. Yeah, yeah. Don't care what they say online.
Oh, like,
You my world, my heart, my shine. You're perfect, girl, just as you are inside.
I, uh,
That's only a little bit because I can't be tossing my ass on the show. But
uh,
you know, if I had something to toss, I can't toss it for real. But anyway, that was our artist spotlight. I just had to sneak that in because I just love the groove to it.
oh
But
yes.
but we are at this point of our show where you get to have a little fun.
Hey, fun.
To have fun. I can stop with all these crazy questions for a little bit and we just get to be goofy.
Okay.
So this part of the show is called Pick Your Pen. And it's becoming a fun little segment. So what I'm going to do is put a picture of some pens, and it's some ye old faithful pens is what I call them. And
Okay.
everybody that writes, they know this. You have that one go-to pen, and we don't care how raggedy it is, we don't care how cheap it is. It's just faithful. So I'm
Yes.
going to post some pens up here, and I want you to pick your pen now. Behind that pen, no pun intended, is a question.
Mm.
You can either answer the question or you can scratch it out with your pen. And you can pick another pen, but that pen you either have to answer the question or do something else behind it. So look at the pens.
I mean, I know it's pen I want because I like ballpoint pens. So number 3, that's my
Okay, so
favorite.
number 3. So there's a question behind it.
Okay.
What is a question you wish people would ask you?
What is a question that I think people should ask me?
What is a question you wish people would ask you?
Hmm. Hmm. Let's see. That's a good question. That's actually a good question. Um, I would say maybe purpose. My purpose. I think that's a question. It's not a question that people would ask you when they just meet you in person. So I mean, like maybe what's my purpose? I
Okay.
think that.
I like that. I like it. I'm not going to ask you right now because I might say before another show. So
Okay.
you get to pick another pen.
Let me get old faithful number 7. That pen over there do some work. Let me get
Look,
that.
you are not alone. And you looking up because these are questions. Normally it's a dare behind it.
Oh, okay. Look.
Oh wow. And your brother just entered the room, get on his nerves too. It's about top 5 questions.
Can I call a friend and I have him answer?
It was good answers. Good answers. Good answers. All right. So the next question is, how do you define a good friendship?
I think what I'm saying. I think a lot of people go from friends to friends of benefits to relationships and things like this. And so I think that the same structure that you have in those friendships is the ones that you carry over into your relationships. So I would say good communication. You know what I'm saying. I think sometimes people default to telling their friends more than they tell their significant other. You know what I'm saying. So there's sometimes why people become significant in others because they already got the behind the scenes cut of you. I mean, they're friends willfully decide to be with you,
Right.
and hear all the directors cut. When you're lying, when you're trying, when you're buying. So
When you lying, when you trying, when you buying is wild. That is a shirt.
mm-hmm.
That's
so,
merch. I need you to
so
write that down.
so I think that I think that communication is definitely the basis. I mean, for a good friendship, because if you don't call a friend and tell the friend the truth, they be like, "Girl, why you lie, girl?" You know what I'm saying? Your friends are giving you more than anybody else if you tell them the not the truth. Like, girl, I didn't want to tell you. Friends don't take them kind of excuses for excuses. So, friendship communication be the strongest communication for real. So I would say communication, and then so you want like a couple qualities that you say like for a friendship. What makes a
It's
good
up to
friendship?
you. Well, how do you define it? You just said, communication has to be one for a friendship.
Yeah,
But you
no.
did cross the line of relationship.
I mean,
Shit.
Yeah, I
Mm.
did because I feel like they're one and the same. Because I'm like people that be the way people show up for their friends is sometimes even more serious than their relationships. Look, they'll lie to their significant other and tell their friend the absolute truth. So I think that it's the same basis. You need communication. You need trust. You know what I'm saying? Like I know people when I got something going on, I'm probably gonna call a friend to come pick me up and look after me and all of that. Just because there's trust there. So I think
Right.
communication. And then I think the third part of that is just showing up for the person. You know what I'm saying? The same thing you would do in a relationship, but just showing up. I think we expect our friends to show up more than our relationship. Sometimes like, girl, I don't want to call him or her. I'm gonna call you, girl. I need you to show up. And you expect your friend to show up. If your man is like, I'm busy, I'm at work, you like, well, he was at work, girl, but come get me. Like you gonna give her more heck than you probably gonna give him. Like, oh, babe was busy, cool. I'm
I
just gonna do
can't.
my thing. So
So
yeah,
do you believe that friendship needs to be the basis of a great relationship over long lasting? So if you can't be friends with your mate, do you think
mm,
that's the basics? Like that's what people are really missing right now, the
yeah,
friendship.
no, yeah. I think so. I mean, you know what I'm saying. I think that the people that have the best relationship definitely have the best friendships. And I mean, sometimes they just match each other like friendship, quirky energy. Like their relationship is like a friendship. They bounce off each other well. Sometimes it's cheesy. You know what I'm saying? It's like, ew, y'all, like people you see kissy, huggy, poo poo, baby pet names, and you like,
I don't believe
ew,
in those relationships at all.
why, why y'all love each other like this? Ew. But those type of long lasting friendship type relationships, those are the ones that really last. If y'all can't stand each other, tall, short, rich or poor, then nah, you ain't gonna stay together for real.
These are facts. These are facts. Well, that was pick your pen, and you're probably the luckiest person because normally somebody picks the pen that either has the dare behind it or they had to come up with a line. I think I made D think of a poem on spot. So, congratulations.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, bro, got you. No dare for me.
I cannot. So this part of the show is called Ask the Queen. So I know over the years that I've had guests. I put them through the ringer sometimes. I really don't. I'm still considerate. But I think I want to give people a chance to ask me some things. So
Mhm.
you have free range. I am an open book. You are
Okay,
able to ask me anything you would like to ask me.
okay. Um, so I would say like, what is your biggest inspiration to create? I think that's a pretty good
That is a good one.
one. Yeah.
My biggest inspiration to create is the fact that I'm doing it out loud versus um, undercover and
Hmm.
in my room. I'm literally like creating out loud.
Yeah.
Doing this is something out of body for me. I used to be an introvert. You would never get a conversation like this with me. So for me to even be doing a show like this, wanting to read more, wanting to connect with people more, it gets my creative juices flowing because I get these ideas on how to help. I have a big heart and I enjoy seeing people happy, seeing people successful, and I enjoy knowing that I had a little bit to do with it. Um,
Mm.
if I can just give a hug and inspirational word, if I can provide a platform and find creative ways to continually promote this platform and do for others. It's still part of my people pleasing, but the only
Yeah.
people I'm pleasing is me.
Okay. Okay.
I still love people, but I'm starting to love me more. So,
Got you.
um, but creating something like this and being inspired to branch out.
Okay.
I'm in the process of planning some things for next year. I'm getting behind the camera this time, learning about
Awesome.
photography. I have an incredible person. I don't know if he's still in here. Jocelyn um,
Okay.
is one of the best photographers to me in Memphis, and he's
Okay.
agreed to train me so I can be second best in Memphis.
Nah.
But just being happy creating. I'm happy creating out loud, and I don't know what my limitations are, and I'm not studying them. I'm just enjoying every moment of completion.
Mhm.
So that's
Okay.
much like playing. Yay me! I
Yeah.
survived.
Nah, look, definitely. Um, hmm, let's see. Well, okay. Well, what's next for you? Like, what's the next thing? And what's that next thing look like for you? In life, as far as your creativity.
I can talk about it now because it started.
Okay.
I am officially dropping my first album for my 40th birthday.
Congratulations. Hey, congratulations.
That
That's
is my
awesome.
gift to myself. I said that's the only thing I haven't done. My brother, God rest his soul, I got a chance to write on his album. I got a chance to create his videos, and I've been pondering what I want to do. But I am creating a live album,
Okay.
um,
Good.
with some new songs that I've written, poetry infused, um, a lot of things are about to take off, and my other brother has been pushing me. So starting next month, we're gonna do a live version of one of my brother's songs. I'm so excited to do it. I'm so excited to do it for Christmas. And after that, for my 40th birthday, you will be seeing Dear Me, the album.
Mm. Your 40th birthday in 10 years.
Oh, that's cute. No, it's next year. Well, thank you for the compliment. I mean, man, I'm a little fine little thing, I'm saying? Fine little joint. Fine little joint. Thank you, D. I'm working hard on it. So, and then on
mm-hmm.
top of that, I'm getting some other help in
Mm-hmm.
finally writing my book. It's going to be a book of poetry, short stories, and I'm enlisting the help of your brother to help me bring it to the forefront. It's called Desire's Playhouse. So,
Really? I like
yeah,
that.
yeah. I'm making him forward everything. So, D, I'm start
Oh,
sending you stuff next month.
hello. Surprise, surprise. Okay.
What?
No, I'm just saying he will be helping. Look, I'm just saying
You want
she's
to
on
help?
she's on your back. No, no, no. I mean, if you need some help from me, then I definitely will help. You know what I'm saying? You got me locked in. So just let
Aw.
let me know.
I'm all for it. I might make both of y'all just create the album to it. Y'all got me interested in this whole way of creating the album to complement the verbal and the locked inness of a
Yeah.
pen. Like the creativity between both of y'all. And I'm scared to have y'all on the show at the same time. I'm not gonna lie. But I
I
don't know if I'm
mean,
ready for that lifestyle. Okay.
you get us in the same building at the same time. You definitely got a show, but we'll be tamed. We'll act right.
I don't believe that at all. See, D's comfortable here, so he doesn't have to have that whole, no, he's comfortable. And you're comfortable too. I know you are. So,
Yeah.
but I'm excited about what's coming. I'm excited about what I'm getting ready to do. This album is a tribute to my brother, but it's also a dedication to myself.
Yes.
And I'm trying to stop being afraid of my vocals. People don't know this. I'm scared to sing.
It's you
I'm
know what
really
I'm saying.
scared to sing. I sing all the time. I sing on YouTube. I sing on, TikTok, playing around. But to actually get it on wax and hear your voice for the first time, and it's not you backgrounding. It's a whole nother playing field. So I'm preparing myself mentally to hear that. Me being at the forefront of anything.
All good. Studio quality is different than performance quality. So there's a
These are
difference
facts.
there, and I think that people that are in music understand that more than people that what I'm saying listen and consume music. You know what I'm saying. So
Hmm.
you should be fine. You should be fine.
Well, I take the hope and I'll take the blessings. But we're going to put this right back on you, sir. I'm going to give you some artist spotlight time. And I want you to take the time to promote yourself, promote your album, give them your handles, how to reach you if they want to create these amazing artwork with AI. We
No, for sure. No, for sure. I mean, there'll be a class coming soon. You know what I'm saying? I'm in the process of writing it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a gatekeeper type person. You know what I'm saying? I love to teach people things and I love to learn myself. So I'm not the kind of person that, likes to be anybody's roadblock. I mean, I've had enough roadblocks myself. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Just in life. Also, talking about what we were talking about in the beginning, being a black man, there's a lot of obstacles, a lot of goalpost movement every time you get
Yeah.
to the goalpost. So dealing with those kind of obstacles in my life, I don't want to be that obstacle for someone else in theirs. If you want to reach me, you can get me on Instagram. It's at Trilla TRILLA_111. It's the same on TikTok. The only thing you're doing is one less L, so it's TRILA_111. So that's the only difference between the two. Is just that one L. But if you type it in, even if you type it in wrong, you'll get me. I looked earlier. There's only a few other people with similar names. So if you want to get me, you can reach me that way. But if when it comes to DMing me, feel free to DM me. I'm always breezing back through social media and all of that. I try to make myself really available and personal. That way, if people want to create, as an artist, music artists, there's hundreds of people that want to collaborate with you. When I was a painter and just doing that kind of fine arts, people don't necessarily want to collaborate with you that often. So I find that making myself available in that way for music, people will hit you up and they'll spit things at you. You know what I'm saying? I'm more than available to collaborate with anybody. You know what I'm saying? Music is in movies, it's in art, it's everywhere. So, I'm ready to create the next generation of music. You know what I mean? So, the class will be coming soon. I'll be able to show y'all from start to finish, how to write the song, how to frame the song, how to work with the prompting, what I'm saying, for the AI. Also, how to manipulate things to be able to do some of the layering and studio quality things that you need to do before putting it out there. And then even on the back end on speaking on how to put it on the platforms, how to effectively represent yourself. And now that I'm on TikTok more and monetizing myself, how to monetize yourself on social media, because a lot of times when I left Alabama State with my degree in fine arts, I still didn't have the skills to like make money. They didn't show you how to make money off the art.
Mhm.
Like get a booth at the flea market and sell your art at $20 so you making money and feeding yourself. Like there was no applied application of art. It was just like you paint and there's money over here and you got to figure out
You're
the rest.
rich.
So what I'm saying? I would definitely, help you bridge that gap. I'm the kind of person that I like to walk people to their first sale because I'm like, until you get from painting the painting to your first sale, you always like, man, I can't do it. I can't do it. And that negative self-talk as an artist is what keeps a lot of artists from just making the thing. So there will be a master class of sorts from like A starting creating to Z, making your first dollar. And then all the rest of that after that is really marketing and growth, just showing up every day, what I'm saying, and doing what you're doing. So it is out there. That's the easy ways to find me. Feel free to DM me, what I'm saying. If you don't get my attention, you could just like all my videos on all
That
platforms.
part.
That will get my attention. I promise you. Okay. My 10 fans, my fan club is strong. Okay. I can't see you, but those 10. But if you like all my videos, I will be like, shoot, this person liked me. Let me like them back. So feel free to go on there and like all my videos on all the platforms. But everything's pretty easy to find me. I am working on, like I said, the album. It's a spiritual album. So if you're a model, if you're into fashion, any of that stuff, I do a lot of different stuff. I do fashion designs. I do still do art. You know what I'm saying? So we can collaborate in a lot of ways. And those are my handles, so you can get me pretty quick.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for sharing the space with me and coming to the Queendom just to have a dope conversation. I told you it wasn't gonna
Yeah.
be
No,
that
no,
bad.
no, no.
It wasn't gonna be that bad. I do believe in speaking from just a fan's perspective. I wanted to get to know you as an artist. I
For
wanted to
sure.
get to know you more, not just the artistry, but as a musician and as a person. You have a dope conversation. You are a dope conversation, and I appreciate you being here tonight.
Oh no, thank you fans for tuning in with us too. You know what I'm saying? And if y'all want to collaborate with me, like I said, I'm available to collaborate, and I'm also available for some knowledge. If y'all just want to send me some music and say, "Look, man, listen to this and tell me what you think," I will definitely give you 100% of my time to be like, "Okay, change this, do this." You know, I had a conversation with another artist like this yesterday, so don't feel no type of way. You know what I'm saying? You can tap in with me very easily.
Please do, please do. And for all of those who did come and all of those who will tune in later, thank you so much for coming to the Queendom. Make sure you follow our artists and make sure you follow the Queen on all social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok is going to be behind the pen. Thank you. We're going to get up out of here. T, I'm going to call you in a minute. But peace, love, and I'll see y'all next week.